All rise. If you're not a real judge, Damone Allen, not a real court is now in session.
Please be seated. Welcome to Not a Real Court Committee podcast, where we pass final judgment on some of the hottest topics in robot kind. I am your Not a Real Judge, Damone D Money Allen. Today, I'm joined by a jury of your peers. So first off, we have Simone Joseph.
I'm here. Kenny's not.
Kenny's never late though. And joining us, we have a special guest. We have Chris. Crispy Dreams. He's an artist. Go ahead and tell the people about yourself.
Well, I'm not Samoan like Joe. I didn't know Joe was Samoan. Yeah. That's news to me. I guess
it's in the script.
Is it? Oh,
yeah. It's written down, so it has to be true.
I don't know what I would be. I'm a white guy. So you can just
so is Joe.
Yeah, but he's Samoan, so he's got that flavor. You know what I'm saying? I live in Colorado right now. I'm from New York originally, and I have a son. And I have a wife, and I'm a stay-at-home dad, and I pretty much do like everything. I do everything, man. I do everything. I just built garden beds in my backyard, 5 of them. And we got to transplant some plants next week. But yeah, it's pretty much where I'm at out here, just doing my thing.
But what is Crispy Dreams?
Crispy Dreams, I guess, would be my moniker, my artist name. You know, that's kind of what I'm where you'll find me online. Anything at Crispy Dreams.
That's Crispy with a K.
Of course, and Dreams with 2 E's and a Z.
Yep, we'll plug it
in case you're wondering. Yes, this is ricotta cheese.
Straight from a straw. The American
that would
dream.
Be so nasty.
I would throw up.
Like if you just melted ricotta cheese and was drinking it.
I don't like ricotta cheese to begin with. So
yeah, is it actually cheese? Because it doesn't look like any other cheese.
It is a cheese.
Blue cheese.
No, it's not blue cheese. It's a different type of cheese.
Yeah, it's definitely not blue cheese. Blue cheese chunkier than that. And if you were drinking blue cheese out of a straw, that'd be even more disgusting. Oh, like I love blue cheese, but I feel like drinking that out of a straw would be fucking wretched.
Blue cheese or mayo? Which one would be more worse?
Mayo is my worst enemy. My mom came over and was babysitting, and my Miracle Whip and mayo are like in my Miracle Whip's in front of my mayo, and she must have used the mayo and slid the Miracle Whip to the back. And I made my breakfast the one morning, and I took one bite, and I was like, "God damn it, motherfucker!" The mayo is so disgusting. It has
that's sad. That's sad.
Both would be disgusting. And then here's the bad guy.
Yes,
he's on time, of course. The bad guy, Kenny.
What's good, Joe?
Well, this is not a real court, so we're gonna get started. So, the opening case, opening cases is AI a good or a bad thing? AI is a really big topic right now, a big thing happening. ChatGPT trying to take over the world. Chris, we'll start with you. Is it a good or bad thing, and why?
All right. Well, I guess I would have to preface by saying that, like, really innately, I don't think AI can, on its own, be good or evil. It really comes down to like who's using it. But with that said, you know what? Let me carry this all the way out here, because maybe I want to walk that back, because I do think AI is a good thing. I think it's a great thing. It definitely enables me to kind of utilize the internet a little bit better, I think, personally. And that's just me speaking. If you've never used these AI language models, that's really the only thing that I've experienced with is the language models, ChatGPT specifically. There's almost unlimited potential to what you could do with it. I think right now too, if you're using the free version of ChatGPT, you might find yourself a little bit more limited and restricted and whatnot. But there's the paid version, which allows you access to ChatGPT 4. I haven't, been able to experiment with that too much, but from what I've seen, it kind of lifts a lot of the restrictions that's placed on ChatGPT free, which I think is like ChatGPT 3.5 instead of ChatGPT 4. But let me go on with my testimony here, in the terms of AI really ultimately freeing humanity from shit that we don't want to do, or shit that's just like tedious, or stuff that takes like a lot of time to research and invest in. And I mean, you could I've used ChatGPT. I've written a prompt that has turned ChatGPT into a website designer, right? And I had a back and forth conversation with it to increase the fluidity of my website, to kind of like take any unnecessary details that were kind of clogging up my home screen or whatever, and adding call to action buttons, all this stuff that I would have never thought about on my own as an artist who also does a lot of other stuff. I really don't, my time is limited as it is, right? And AI allows me the ability personally to not only save money, but save time. I've used it to plan out my garden beds in the back, where I want to place the plants that we're growing. I worked with ChatGPT to set all that up. Like I said, with my website, I used it there. It's really like the potential is on the person using it, right? I will admit that it's very easy to see the negative trajectory of things like this. But I think the root of that negative trajectory is really the system in which the AI tools fall in, which right now is capitalism, or, whatever, late stage capitalism, whatever you want to call this, where all the power falls into hands of a few. It's easy to see where these AI tools could be used against us. However, I feel as if this technology will ultimately free us from these imaginary shackles that are placed on us in this current system. If you think about the possibility that AI will essentially remove the need for hundreds of thousands of jobs, if not today, if not tomorrow, a month, 2 months, 2 years, 5 years, whatever the case. ChatGPT has been out for like 2 months, and it's already like causing all this commotion, all this sensationalism. The technology moves really fast. I don't know if any of you guys were aware, like a couple weeks ago, you'd have like these mega ultra wealthy billionaires or whatever saying that we need to put like a 6-month halt to the AI thing, kind of get our wraps on it. I think that's really, they say stuff like that out of fear, because of the potential for this game-changing technology to actually do what it can do. So if the inevitability is that it's going to replace us in a lot of these jobs, in a lot of these areas that this AI just kind of like that snap of a finger. Ultimately, there's no choice but to like relinquish the freedom of the people, I really think, because at the end of the day, if AI can do all the work for us, or at least all the thinking for us, whatever, at least for now, then what would be the incentive at that stage to really try and control everybody, or try and enslave everybody, or try and like use it to take over the world? You know what I mean?
Power. Everybody loves power.
True. Everybody does love power.
Everybody loves money too. So.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
But
I think with this,
once you AI, once you program it, if you only really need a couple people to just make sure it stays up and running. You don't need, if it can do a job of 100 people, you only need like 4 people, maybe 4 or 5 IT people, and you can get rid of the other 95. But the only issue with that is, what you do with the 95 people who don't have jobs now?
Exactly. So it's
not even just going to be that. There's going to be
UBI.
There's also going to be way more job loss than just that, because there's going to be customer service. There's already AI bots that are doing voice back and forth. There's I was listening on the radio. There's a girl that has already made a AI sex bot that you can have phone sex with, that she's charging $1 a minute for, and she made $70,000 in her first week.
I'm surprised that wasn't already a thing, like within 2 minutes of ChatGPT coming out.
Right. So here's another thing, though. So I work at a bank, and we have been having this specific person keeps calling in and recording people's voices to use them. And I mean, I don't know exactly what it's for, but they're capturing all of the people's voices and just consistently calling back. Like, I talk to it maybe like 6 times a day.
You said
so.
You talk to it 6 times a day?
Yes, because it's not a person.
So you're saying you're getting calls from AI chatbots,
right? Every day,
your voice,
and it records your
what?
voice.
You're getting Ursula.
How do you know it's an AI? Do you know? Like, how do you know? What's the tell?
The phone number is 1-000-000-000-000.
Hey, stop giving out my phone number, bro.
Yeah, that's the number that it calls from, and that is like a number that they're using to do that with. So
wow.
They're gonna. I personally know that I have a AI sex bot out there because of that.
Oh,
someone is using my voice for it.
I feel bad for that person.
Exactly.
Especially if they get my voice. You don't want that. Joe.
That'd be hot as fuck.
Joe, where side are you on and why?
So I do ultimately think it's going to be a good thing, even though there's going to be a lot of job loss. Like, I definitely am on the side of there being a lot of job loss. That
yes,
100% is going to happen regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, we already don't cash ourselves out, or sorry, people already don't cash us out at Walmart. Like, there's going to be Walmart's going to be ridiculous once they get ChatGPT built in.
They should just literally just get rid of all of the.
There should be no employees.
Just get rid of the ones, because they'll have like the one I go to.
The real registers?
They have like 20 of the real registers and like 5 of the self checkout, but everybody's being pushed into the self checkout because there's 2 people at the real registers.
So ours slowly, we have like the quick cash. We have, I think there's like probably like 20 of the like little scanners that you go over, and then there's all the belts now are you like just setting all your shit on and then scanning it, kind of like if you were to go to BJ's. And then there's maybe like 5 or 6 registers that are actually like,
there's stores
there, but there's only one person that works it, and you're not going to them because they're usually dumb.
And that has nothing to do with AI either.
Right. And there's stores that are starting to put it where when you put something in your cart, it's going to register and like bill you from that way, and you like pay for it. You don't even have to go to a register.
Can't wait to take it here to the store with that.
They have that right now. They have that right now. You scan it, like if you have the app for like Sam's Club or whatever, as you're shopping, through your app, you scan the barcode, and it adds it to your thing. And, you know, you scan everything and you walk out and it charges your card that's attached to the app. You don't go through the register or nothing. You don't get stopped by nobody on the way out, really. You don't even go past the register. There's like a separate like little lane that you go through called like scan and go or something, and you just walk through it. It feels really weird, honestly, you know, and yeah, that's got nothing even really to do with AI. I mean, technology, we were always on this trajectory of kind of technology kind of replacing people's workability or whatever. So this is really only the next phase of that.
But the AI is going to be built into, like, with the voice commands, right? Like if you needed something, you know, if you needed to talk to someone at Walmart because you had like a question where something is or something, like you just like, you know, they could have something where you just ask it a question and it's going to respond to you exactly where it is or whatever. Or have it built into the Walmart app on your phone, whatever the case may be. I will say the only AI I've actually messed with is the Snapchat one. I haven't done like ChatGPT or anything. The Snapchat one,
Snapchat's got an AI.
Yeah, and you can't get rid of it unless you pay to get rid of it, which is very fucking annoying. But I will say that it has helped me out significantly with figuring out movies that I only know a general description of.
Yeah, dude. No, seriously.
Yeah, that has been helpful. We did use ChatGPT for our trip to Canada, and it is pretty dumb when it comes to asking what you want. Like I was like, where should we go for dinner? We're going to the Blue Jays game in Toronto. And it's like, you should check out Wayne Gretzky's restaurant. And I was like, that seems fucking awesome. We got all hyped for it, looked it up. Wayne Gretzky's restaurant's been closed for 3 years. Thanks, ChatGPT.
You should have tried it before it
you
closed.
really killed it. Yeah, I know.
It's your fault.
But
you can't time travel?
I mean, it does. Right. So it does say on the ChatGPT website specifically that it has limited knowledge of events after 2021. So if it closed after 2021, it probably fell into that kind of gray area.
I will say though that it will be helpful.
But I don't think all AI has that lack.
Right. But I know like when James was on last week and we were talking about it, and he was saying that it like really helps him do his job. Like he still has to do his job, but like it really helps him as far as like run scenarios for like meetings and kind of like help with like making the videos. And so I mean it's definitely beneficial for things to like help you be more productive in your job or like doing stuff through home. So I definitely think it's going to be a good outcome at the end of it.
Okay. Bad guy.
So I'm gonna say this with the whole ChatGPT, like it's anything like in that variety, like because I could have, let's say, because there was a time where I used to be able to, I would spend about $100 to $150 to have a certain picture of me created. Like I'd have an artist, you know, I used to do this all the time. Like, hey, can you make picture of me? I had a picture of me. It's my picture, like my picture on YouTube now. Picture of me, clown makeup, whole bunch of chaos going on behind me, cars flying everywhere, microphone.
ICP concert?
So what was that?
An ICP concert?
No, kind of like Joker, but it was just like,
with Mike.
like I was like, okay, just have that done for me. Took him about a week. It was good. Now it's to the point now I could put that prompt in on because I use Midjourney when I want to do pictures, and literally I can have that same thing done for $10 a month.
Yep.
For literally, and it'll be done in seconds. I can describe this prompt perfectly, and it'll be done in seconds, which is wild. So that's taking one job off the market. That's the guy I know. He used to make pictures
artist.
for everybody.
See you, Chris.
Hi.
Chris, your job's out. You're done painting.
I'll tell you about that in a second. Go ahead.
Yeah. So his job's done. Then you got, in my opinion, it's the same thing with like GPS. Back in the day, we had what's that shit called?
MapQuest.
Yep, MapQuest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when we go anywhere, hey guys, we're gonna be out there in a second, and we would all go out there. Yeah, we'll wait in the car. The stuff get all printed off. It is long, about 3 pages, and it tells all those different places. Well, you know, saying the ways around different areas, stuff like that. Like, hey, bet That's all taken off to his GPS. This is the same thing. And I think with this, because even McDonald's now, like you can place your whole, like there's certain McDonald's out there. You can place your orders and they got it ready for you. Like it's crazy. And I think with this, I think it's more bad than good. Like I know because it takes away, in my opinion, it takes away so many jobs. And there's a point where like even like if I wanted to do like say I wanted to do a book report for school, if I wanted to I guess cheat, I would just say, go to the Cliff Notes, hey, what happened in Harry Potter, the second Harry Potter, and I had to do some kind of, it was still a little bit of work if I'm going to do the Cliff Notes. now with chat, you can just be like, listen, I need a book report under 200 words or over 200 words, and saying what's going on with that, and it'll have the whole thing done. And it's just crazy. It's like you don't even try it. It also messes us up too because we can be dumber at that point. We're like, I don't got to read that shit. Let's go ahead and go to ChatGPT real quick.
I will say that I did hear that schools are using something where you can take someone's essay and put it into ChatGPT to see if it was created by ChatGPT.
And I saw that they ran the Declaration of Independence through that, and it came up as written by AI.
Well, what did they put in the prompt?
That's
non-traceable.
I know that like in college when I did like reports, I had to put it, I forgot the name of the site, but I had to put it certain like papers, like you had to put it through like a website and it would check to see if it was plagiarized. So it's something similar like that. Yeah,
I do remember that.
I just never did my essay, so I knew that they weren't plagiarized. Never had to worry about getting in trouble for that.
You can't plagiarize if you don't do the work.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think that whole thing, like no matter what it is, it's just crazy. The fact that I can literally type in anything I want into this prompt, and it'll literally spit that back out. And I think with that, when it comes to different jobs, just even just random like just everyday activities, just the fact that I'm like, let me get this done. So let me think of a story about, give me a murder mystery that this person dies, and I just do all that, and then it spits out a whole story from. So it's in my opinion, we also lose creativity as well.
Yeah, movies are going to be made with it.
Yeah,
books.
Like
there's going to be a lot of shit made with it. Music,
where like it's like Wall-E. It's like we're going to just be fat, and we're not going to need anything.
I'm already fat.
You go ahead and do that. Like we don't need anything anymore. It's going to that point. So I'm going bad. Going bad for us.
Okay, Chris, I know you are an artist. What is your opinion? Because like
right,
Kenny was saying, like a lot of art, like there's you can create art and everything with the different AIs.
One more thing before you go now. There even is a thing, I forgot that you said this. There's a thing where not chat, I don't know if it's ChatGPT, but it's one of those that can even simulate the voices. So I can be like, hey, I want Kanye West to rap these lyrics. And Kanye West doesn't have to be in the studio with me.
The wheels on the bus go round and round.
Because I heard one song, they literally had Kanye West rapping Ice Spice, and it sounded like Kanye West trying to rap Ice Spice.
The one I heard was it was Biggie and Tupac, and they did
those lyrics.
They did the N-words in Paris.
So last week, you're allowed to say that, just so you know, Damon.
I know.
I give you permission.
We're allowed to say that.
Thanks for the permission, Joe.
You're welcome. Here's your card. I'll give it back. So I will say a funny thing about the AI, like being able to like recreate stuff like that. The last Geek in the Sheets episode that we were going to do, Mike almost touched topic on a new Lord of the Rings that was coming out, but it was actually something that someone did with AI. He was like, this looks really good. And then he was like looking into it more and he's like, holy fucking AI. Yeah, and we almost did it. We almost did an episode about it.
AI so good. I'm not even here right now. This is a fucking AI doing this.
Every time I call my dad now, he's like giving me a hard time that I'm not his son. But about the art thing, I recently heard it explained. I don't know if any of you guys know who Duncan Trussell is. genius, if you ask me. But his
Heard the
perspective,
name before, but
you might have seen him on Joe Rogan's podcast. He also has his own podcast, which I highly recommend. If you're into any kind of like spirituality or any type of funny shit, fantastic podcast, Duncan Trussell Family Hour. But anyways, the way that he put it in terms of art specifically, and I guess it could be kind of applied across everything at that point, but what we're going to be entering into is an age of digital media, oversaturated market of digital media. When you have movies made by AI, art made by AI, comics made by AI, all this shit made by AI, which in a way, essentially makes human-made artwork more valuable because there will be less human-made artwork in general.
I could see that. That makes sense.
so it makes
does make
human-made
sense. I
art
can see the opposite.
vintage.
I can see the
Almost.
opposite.
I mean, at first, you're right. This whole AI thing is going to fuck everything up. Everything. So at first, we need to fucking buckle up. But
So in the long run,
I think we need to use AI to kind of stay in the game, at least for now. I'm using AI to stay in the game.
I
but
use
yeah,
AI as it's my search engine basically right now because Google
Right, it's
gives
like
me
Google
too many
2.0.
dumb. Yeah, I will not use Google anymore because it gives me way too many answers that are not relevant. So Snapchat AI will get my questions.
I still use Google. It's like I only use like the Chat GPT or something like that. Like I only use that when I want to just see something. Like I'm like, okay, I have this idea in my head. Let me see how that would work.
Let me see some big titties.
You can do that too. You can do that too. I saw Scarlett Johansson's titties the other day. It wasn't even her. I was like, this is crazy. I'll be a dead serious.
That's wild.
Somebody put that up on Facebook, and
He
they had
means
her
he
face.
searched for it.
I need to see an AI of myself. Maybe I got like a huge dick.
And I'm gonna say one more thing about that too, though. When it comes to like speaking of artists, I'm gonna say the bad thing about that too as well, because just like how you said, like just like we're talking about have the audio of it. Remember, we still got holograms out there too. They can still create the hologram, and I know it wasn't perfect when they first did it because Tupac was buff as hell and he looked all shiny and shit. But I think they can brush it up now, and they can make it seem like, hey, Future was out there going crazy, but it's like he was never even in the state. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can do all kind of stuff with it. I just think that's
Obi-Wan, you are my only hope.
The way that he put it
50
was
state concert all at once.
Oh yeah, no shit.
I'm in every state.
And Tupac doesn't get a time of it.
Yeah, well, he was in Chicago last night. Like, no, he was not. He was in New York. Like, no, he was not. He was in St.
He got
Louis.
shot
Like,
in
no.
all of them too.
Yeah. He's the one that's like, it's just, I don't know.
Shooting a hologram is wild.
They're like, yeah, Future's in there. Like, hey, we got him.
You have to use holographic bullets.
That'd be crazy.
That would be wild.
Yeah, bullets.
That's how Tupac and Biggie settled the feud, but their holograms do. They shake their hologram.
They're like, we're calling for you, Future. You're our only hope.
God.
It'll be like Star Wars. You're our only hope.
Wow.
I want it to come out of an R2D2 though. If there's
Dude,
holograms,
and
they
then
need
what?
to be coming out of R2D2s.
And then we just start regressing. We start going.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. It's
of
bad.
course.
It's
But,
bad.
exactly.
I don't know.
So we're just going to start going back and back and back.
I'm
right?
very interested
right now.
to try it.
Right now it's Tupac. But give it 5 years, and we're going to be bringing back Jesus. We're going to be bringing back Moses and Muhammad and fucking probably the one guy who started everything in the cave.
If I can,
there, you know
if I
what
can
I'm saying?
see George, I want to see
how
George.
crazy that would be?
Let's get ChatGPT to do the Batwing with his balls while eating out with his wooden teeth Angela White. I'd like to see that.
This is very
Hey, listen,
specific.
it would make it. It would make it. I
know,
saw
he's
there was
thought
a
about that.
tarantula eating contest. on
Can
one
you
of-
make it for me and send it the chat?
I'm not gonna make it.
I want to see George Washington do the Batwing.
This is a very.
I'm not gonna make it.
specific-
You gotta be real descriptive because he's gonna just have a bat and just go like this.
You got to spread them balls like a Batwing.
Okay, you
Talk
say
shit.
that. You say that you're gonna get that.
So he's
You gotta say
like
testicles though, because if you say balls, it's just gonna be like a rubber ball.
he's got a football. He's Tom Bradying it.
So I'll tell you what.
8K hyper realistic at the end of it, you just gonna look just like a real person doing that.
As far as this
Yeah,
AI
profile
stuff
picture.
goes, all right. Let's go beyond everybody lost their job to AI, right?
Okay.
Damone, you were talking about UBI, Universal Basic Income. I believe that's a part of the transition. It's going to be necessary, otherwise our economy is going to be shit. And that's the only thing that matters is the economy. So they're going to need to do something
free
in
money
regards
out
to
to
that.
people. They took our
I
dirt.
mean, whatever, dude. That shit's all made up anyways. Fuck their debt ceiling and all that fucking made up bullshit. It's all made up anyways.
True.
All that
all fake.
shit is made up.
Money's not real.
It is. Right. So in that
Besides
sense,
Loonies and Toonies, I seen
in
that
that
shit. That
sense-
is real, and I want to flick it at a stripper.
That's wild.
in that sense, man, it's an inevitability that people will have their time, which is really the only resource that matters, freed up. And if people have the freedom to do what they want to do, that's really where this whole paradigm starts to shift, because we're taking our lives back, and so really, you want AI to take your fucking job, you do,
Well,
so that you
You trying to
can
trick
do
me.
whatever
I
hell
don't like
you want
that.
to
The way
do.
you said.
Yeah, I'm switching sides.
He is
I'm switching
the
sides.
guy. He's one of the agents.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
he turned to Big
yeah.
Pharma. He was just like, "You want us to take it?" I'm like, "What do you mean? Wait a minute."
So here's the thing,
Hey,
though.
Yeah,
if-
they
if
read.
AI
this
does
is-
take
this
our
is coming-
job.
This is coming from an artist who has already fucking lost AI. You're using Midjourney and you type something in. Okay, if you were to send that same message to me, it's gonna take me fucking who knows how long, man. The creative process is a bitch sometimes.
Yeah.
So in that regard, I'm done for. Nobody's gonna, if somebody's got an idea and they want it now, they're not gonna come to me. They're gonna go to fucking
30
Midjourney.
seconds.
But if they want
30 seconds.
if they want a painting, for right now, I'm good still for right now. Who knows when AI is gonna start painting shit, but I'll cross
They can
that
do it
bridge when I
now.
get there.
They can paint now.
I don't think they can paint now. I don't think that they can.
They
I don't
can
know.
paint. I mean,
Hands. Hands, it's still struggling with.
Digital.
I mean,
no.
if you,
I'm saying
all they need is hands in the lettering, and they can get it because for some reason they can't do words. But for words and hands, once they figured it out, where I feel like because the hands they gotten better with it. There's still a couple pictures a little woozy, but they've gotten better with it.
A little weird, yeah.
But that shit's gonna be hard though. I don't know. Everybody's gonna lose their job. Damone's not gonna be a podcaster anymore. You know how easy it is gonna be to recreate Damone on.
Well, yeah, Damone's gonna
Honestly,
that's the
I
thing.
can't wait for
Damone's
that day
gonna run
because
it
he can't
Damone
fucking do
AI.
anything right. So
to do his robotic ass voice. You just type in Whoopi Goldberg with beard and eyebrows, and you get Damone.
Holy shit!
Yeah, that turn. I don't like how that turns.
the fact
Seriously,
we can't do it too early though because the AI would still be talking like Damone. Welcome to
we would never know. We would never know. We'd be like
I'm just gonna-
humankind, humanoid for all the people in the world. Humanoid podcast.
I'm just gonna put
Noid.
I'm just gonna get a doll made of me and put it in this chair so I can go sleep and let the AI do all the work. But I'm ready to pass final judgment. So I am going to side on the side of AI is good. AI is a good thing. I do think part of it, like we were talking about, is we do need universal basic income because people are going to lose their jobs. Because there are going to be certain jobs that are irreplaceable, at least for a while, like doctors and lawyers and stuff, like highly skilled jobs. And kids nowadays should be going more into the technical fields, like IT and stuff like that.
even still, ChatGPT
because
coding and shit.
true,
Damone
but
just sounded like-
you still need someone to be able to manage the servers and stuff like that.
Damone just sounded like every medicine commercial. He was like, "Okay, this is good, but let me say all these side effects real quick." Explosive diarrhea.
Well, I do think if politicians get their head out of their own asses, and we did universal basic income and like universal health care and stuff, and we actually use the tax money we put in on shit besides war, we could make the world a way better place using AI. We could use it to help like with farming, like where to put crops, like things like that. You could use it for manufacturing, obviously. A lot of the jobs that are going to get lost are going to be the low skill jobs, unfortunately. But if we put the right money and resources into it, you can move those jobs into more of the technical area, or like we said, universal basic income. If you want to force people to work, you can move those jobs into like more of the tech area of it, or you could do universal basic income, which would help where people can still live, still function, but they can spend that time on more creative endeavors like art or music or whatever they want to do. Because ultimately, I think the majority of people, even if you didn't have to work, you would still do some sort of like work that would contribute to society.
Right. Nope, AI gonna take it all over. We're gonna be sitting in the house with an allowance.
That's where it becomes really crazy, is because it turns you into somebody who contributes directly to your local community. Instead of, like, I used to work for UPS, that's great. I was making good money, but I'm also like furthering that corporation's, profitable agenda, whereas now being what I am now, a stay-at-home dad / artist / gardener / whatever the fuck I do, I directly impact, like, everything I do now directly impacts everybody, like, in my immediate, like, circle. Like, anybody that I'm directly connected to, I am impacting their lives by just doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And that's what that freedom, that's what that time allows us to do. I do want to say something else too, because Damone, you said it's probably going to be low-skilled workers first. I would actually, like, right now, I can say that therapists should be concerned. Any type of legal work, you should be concerned. Like, you could take, you can take terms and conditions, or you could take, a 20-page contract that somebody's going to be signed. Copy and paste that into ChatGPT and go summarize this in plain speak. Like, tell me, like, explain this like I'm 5, and it'll bullet point. This is what this means. This is what this means. So, like, in that sense, look out. For therapy, you can log on to ChatGPT and go, you're a therapist now, and I need somebody to talk to. What the fuck is wrong with me? And ChatGPT will assume the form of a therapist. Now, I will say, a couple weeks ago, I feel like I had a little bit more freedom in the prompts that allowed me to turn ChatGPT like into something. I think now 2 weeks later, they're really putting they're curtailing what you can do with it. As far as what I've noticed, which I think is they're trying to get you to get to ChatGPT 4, their premium service. But you go on there, you don't have to set up an appointment to go to a therapist. You don't got to pay $60 for the visit. You don't got to drive to the fucking therapist's office, and you don't got to worry about this thing like casting any kind of like human judgment on you. You know what I mean? It's gonna like be real with you.
The only thing that's kind of bad about that is it's gonna give you a very robotic response. Like, it's just going to give you a very, like, standard.
Damone's going to be like, hey, I'm coughing up blood. I have been for the past 6 weeks. And ChatGPT is going to be like, you should go to the emergency room. Damone's going to be like, nah, fuck that. I'm going to ask my friends.
What the thing about that is, it's also, because I like you were talking about the therapist thing, because then it also made me think of, what about a courtroom? Like how are we doing a courtroom right now? Like, imagine you're trying to figure out your case. And all of a sudden you're like, hey, listen, my back's against the wall. This is going on. And then it'd be like, according to subsection 77-B, then it tells you how to get away with, I guess, how you got away with murder that time. And it's like, oh, it's not
Exactly.
the defense. Right?
Exactly.
The OJ case.
Mhm.
So I think it's not just a lower level job. I think it's like even the bigger jobs too, unless it's like hands on. But I think we can even get that because even we can get
like
I think the
surgeons and
hands-on.
stuff. I think
The hands.
certain jobs will, because there's like surgeons who use robots and lasers and shit. You could probably get to a point where a robot could do most of the surgeries and like the basics.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that even because he was talking about working at UPS, I'm like, don't they have drones and shit now? Like for I don't know if it's Amazon or one of those. Don't they have drones? They
Amazon does. I know
They're working on it. Yeah, I've seen
what I'm
their
saying,
prototypes, and they look really really great. But I mean, yeah. So essentially, right now, AI, at least as far as we know, is really just this part. You know, it's the intelligence, it's the thinking. It's so it needs hands and feet to actually carry these things out in the physical world. So that's where, in a way, I really feel like this AI thing is going to push us back into reality, into physical reality, because all this digital stuff will be handled. You know what I'm saying?
spaghetti.
Yeah, most of my experiences with my only experience really with Chat GPT is doing dumb wrestling matches. And
What?
we for booking our other show, we put wrestlers in there and we like had them do matches and it gave us results, but it started giving us the same results like over and over, which like the match would always end the same way and then it would get restarted. It was like, okay, this is dumb at this point, but that might have been because I was using the free version. I'm sure if I was using like the paid version, it probably would have given me like more detail and more like variation in the results. But also I would say with the therapy thing and stuff like that, I did read an article, or not read an article, but I heard on another show they were talking about how someone like he like fell in love with the AI or something, or like in the like AI like pretty much convinced him to kill himself, and then he
That's
yeah, like the AI like went like the prompts he was putting in, like it made him start to believe in like deep conspiracy theories and stuff, and it got to the point where he like
that's wild.
Like he's like, I'm gonna kill myself, and the AI is like, okay,
you should.
That's wild. It'd be like, no, let me some help from AI. And AI's like, you're nothing. You're nothing. You're like, God damn, you know what?
From what you've described, you have nothing going on for you. You should end this chat and yourself.
Damone, did you bring that scenario up specifically because of the therapy thing? You're like, I don't know about therapy. Therapy is probably safe.
Therapy thing that's a slippery slope.
Yeah, probably. I mean, who knows? You know, I'm sure therapists have had the same situation where, you know, the people that they're working with end up meeting their untimely demise, you know. So who knows what ChatGPT actually said? You know, let's not put this all on ChatGPT. Okay.
This is not sponsored by ChatGPT.
We go back and look at the transcript. The AI is on some bullshit.
But
like,
speaking of do it. Speaking of the sponsors.
Hey guys, thanks again for watching another episode of Not a Real Court. If you ever want to watch us live, you can catch us Mondays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on our Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook page. If not, you can catch the video when it drops on Thursday on YouTube, or you can find us on any platforms where you listen to your podcasts.